Good afternoon, my people. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I was on this morning and I couldn't find my people. I was wondering where you guys are. Thank you for the first time viewers. Thank you for those right here for my original viewers. Thank you and God bless. This morning I wanted to do my devotional and I'm here for 1 hour and a half and I couldn't find you guys, so I end that program. So I'm going to do the devotional now, and later on now I'm going to do the local news. Normally I would do the local news now and do the devotional in the morning. But I prepared that news, that devotional, and trust me, me have to do it. So me cannot change up the time, and this devotional me cannot change it up a bit. Me not gonna do much Bible reading in it. I'm just gonna read about Hezekiah. His years that added. I'm gonna read Hezekiah and so forth. I'm gonna read about a bit different. So guys, so please like, share, and subscribe. Stay with me. Don't go. Yeah, God in everything we need, God in our life, So later on tonight, I will do the local news. Right. I was just on my other channel a while ago. That's Rumba Time News. I hardly do live on there, but I did one just now. Then I'm over this one now to meet with you guys. So please subscribe. Let me write it in the wow, mosquitoes. Man, the place full of mosquitoes. Like the destroyer, but it's like the destroyer turn them up. Destroyer doing nothing. This one and the good one that I have finished. So please subscribe. Just be patient. Don't go. Give me some chance to get things to to I just want to pin something in the this morning. Me and long, very long, almost 2 hours. I decided to wait, and 1 and 2 I couldn't find the people at all. I get to realize that Wednesday morning is a very slow day. Very slow day. So anyway, I had the patient this morning and I waited. I wonder if he was on. Please subscribe. Anyway, now let me get into the devotional. As I said, I'm supposed to do it in the morning, but the children, them skull class, my students hide from class. I'm supposed to punish them. I'm supposed to send them in the naughty corner to hold one ear and one foot. I'm supposed to punish you guys, the students, for being late, but anyway, no. Punish them for not coming to class this morning. Now I had to change up the thing. I should be doing local news now. No, I'm doing class. No, I'm doing Bible studies. You guys, the students are rude. Like, share, and subscribe, please. All right, let me get into my Bible studies now. You guys putting more work on me. No, me have to go do the other one later. Tired, Me tired. But because I love you guys so much, I decided to do it. Good evening, everybody. Where are you from? Greet me. No, you can't write good evening. Just write good evening in the comment section now, please. And, nice for joining. Anyway, now I'm read about King Hezekiah now. Because we have to know about them people, All right. Hezekiah, son of Ahaz, stands out in the biblical record as one of Judah's most righteous and reform-minded kings. His reign is described primarily in 2 Kings 8 to 20, 2 Chronicles 29 to 32, and Isaiah 39. Now, I'm going to read 2 Kings before we go any further into this. All right, no. Let me read a little bit more, then we go into the Bible reading. He inherited a kingdom specially weakened by his father's idolatry and political endangered by the expanding Assyrian empire. Despite these challenges, the biblical writers commend him as a king who trusts in the Lord more than any king of Judah before or after him. Upon ascending the throne, Hezekiah initiated a sweeping religious information, unlike many kings who made only partial attempts at spiritual renewal. Hezekiah's reforms were bold and comprehensive. He reopened the temple, which his father had closed, removed idols from Jerusalem, and restored the priesthood. His reforms were not merely political efforts to unify the nation, but deeply religious acts aimed at returning Judah into covenant faithfulness. So you see, even in them time they have political problem. So if it happen now, then what we know? Yeah, can you was up at the top of here, so because of his fathers. Let me read that part again. Um, he in let me read that part again. Hezekiah, son of King Ahaz, stands out in the biblical record as one of Judah's most righteous and reformed-minded kings. His reign is described primarily in Kings, Chronicles, and Isaiah. All right. You listen this part. He inherited a kingdom spiritually weakened by his father. Yeah? By his father's idolatry and politically endangered by the expanding Assyrian Empire. All right. That's what it says right there. Now, let me continue down here. One of Hezekiah's first acts was purity. No, not so. One of Hezekiah's first acts was purifying the temple. According to 2 Chronicles 29, he gathered priests and Levites and changed them with cleansing and sanctuary of all the defilements brought in during Ahaz's reign. So you see, in cleanse them and sanctify them and say that's one bad olive oil upon them, you know. Clean them up. Because the father used to do a lot of stupidness in his time. Mighty God. So now he's the son ruling now. So he's doing the things the right way now. Alright. This process lasted days and symbolized Judah's long needed spiritual renewal. The reopening of the temple also revived daily worship, offerings, and public participation in the nation's religious life. Following the purification of the temple, Hezekiah restored the Passover celebration, which had been neglected for many years. This Passover described in 2 Chronicles 30. I'm going to read them for you, but let me just finish the article. He was remarkable not only for its scale, but also for its inclusivity. He sent invitation beyond Judah unto the northern tribes, regions along the state, hoping to reunite any remaining Israelites in worship. Many respond, resulting in one of the largest gatherings of worship since Solomon's era. Hezekiah's reform also involved the destruction of high places, sacred pillars, and Asherah poles of idols worship that often persisted even under otherwise good kings. Perhaps most notable, he broke into pieces the bronze serpent Moses had made, called what Nehostan, because people had begun to burn incense to it. Okay, this is say more with this and more you learn. This act highlighted his commitment to pure worship and refusal to let even Israel's sacred objects become idol. Wow. Beyond religious reforms, Hezekiah was a capable and forward thinking administrator. He strengthened Judah's defenses in anticipation of Assyrian aggression, reinforcing Jerusalem's wall and preparing military equipment. He mostly, his most famous engineering achievement was the construction of the Shiloh Tunnel, or Hezekiah's tunnel, okay, which diverted water from the Gihon spring into the city. Into the city. This ensured Jerusalem had a secure water supply during siege condition. Okay. So you see, in the biblical time, people they made preparation. They think ahead. Yes, because yes, he made a tunnel. They call it Shilian tunnel or Ezekiel's tunnel. With the way and why he made this story that when water short, then people can always get water. So people have made in preparation long time. And that them time few people them no want make preparation for even for the hurricanes. When questions were asking about the before the Hurricane Melissa strike, about a week before in Parliament, where when the opposition side was trying to ask some question about the preparedness of the hurricane, they shut off mic on them. Now it happened and undo the whole place. They still a shut off mic when they're ready. But anyway, they cannot behave themselves. No. So you see, people prepare. People must always prepare. Don't be like the foolish virgins. People must always prepare for, be 10 steps ahead of everything. Wait until when disaster strike, I'll tell you if me did know. All right. Let me proceed. Okay. Which divert water to. This ensured Jerusalem had a secure water supply during the siege condition. All right. Politically, Hezekiah's reign unfolded during the height of Assyrian power. Early in his role, he rebelled against Assyria's dominance, refusing to pay tribute. Um, refusing to pay tribute. This this defense set the stage for one of the most dramatic confrontations in the Bible. The Assyrian invasion under King Sennacherib. Assyria captured many fortified cities of Judah and eventually laid siege to Jerusalem, confident of victory. Sennacherib's field commander delivered a series of taunts to Jerusalem, mocking the people's trust in God and arguing them. I was distracted, and arguing them to surrender. These speeches recorded in both Kings and Hezekiah highlight the crisis of faith facing the nation. Hezekiah, rather than responding militarily and politically, turned to prayer. He sought counsel from the prophet Isaiah and humbly laid the threatening letter from Sennacherib before God in the temple. Okay, so they should go to a lot. And okay, that's why I have the readings of Hezekiah's life in Isaiah. No, in Isaiah 2 and also in Chronicles. So she mentioned here when Hezekiah need help there, he have to turn to seek counsel from the prophet Isaiah. Okay. You see, the Bible thing now, sometimes one, I have to clarify one, You read Revelation, all the answers in the Revelation, if you go at Daniel, if you go at Amos, if you go at the part of the Bible, to get the full understanding. God responds to Hezekiah assured, God responds to as God's response through Isaiah assured Hezekiah that Jerusalem would not fall. That night, the angel of the Lord struck down 185,000 Assyrian soldiers. What? Hey, one time God no ram. Well, God no ram power now. But in them days there, if God did stay, if God did a work no, like how my work, like how used to work in those days, half a creation did have long time. Because trust me, God ram proof. You hear two of them used to do the evil thing and the idol thing and even the thing where Moses did have did a lift the place. They call it again made up a top there so. But them not worship and so you know so we do. Isaiah break it up. No, so they say that night, you know, the angel of the Lord struck down 185 Assyrian soldiers. So you see, say, then time the more cross than now. You know, one night, you know, 188 people, the angel struck down. Wow. Anyway, a decisive and Assyrian soldiers, oh, hold on there. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm okay. A decisive and miraculous deliverance, Sennacherib withdrew to Nineveh, ending the immediate threat. You know, but the things that stop me see me. The event became one of the clearest biblical demonstrations of God defending Jerusalem. You see, God of Jerusalem and Israel, because then they're near. God said we protect anybody, we bless those who bless them people and curse those who curse them. So because them are threatening them and I want them, it's where God do God angel struck down 188,000 in one night. 185,000. All right, now let me see now. The event became one of the Israel biblical demonstration of God defending Jerusalem, not because of the city's greatness, but because of Hezekiah's faith and God's covenant promises. Hezekiah also faced a personal crisis of health. All right. Hezekiah told him he was going to die. Isaiah told him he was going to die. That Isaiah told Hezekiah that he was going to die. Listen to this now. There comes the sweet part. But Isaiah prayed earnestly, reminding God of his faithfulness. But you have to remind God because God knows everything. God knows about everything that he have done good. He knows. But you know, he remind he earnestly reminded God of his faithfulness anyhow. In response, God granted him 15 additional years of life. As a sign, God made the shadow on the sundial move backward. Wow. This extraordinary miracle emphasized God's sovereignty over time and his willingness to respond to heartfelt prayer. And me tell you, talk every day, no man. Say, look here, me come on every day, me talk, you know. Say, when you love God and trust God and pray to God, God answers your prayer. If you want anything in life and you say, God, if it is your will, let it be done. And for God's will, Him going to make it be done. If people in life are going to problem and I won't leave and don't leave you alone and just a hand and so, just leave it to God. Just pray to God. God will remove them. God promises to remove every stumbling block. God promises to remove every stumbling block. Uy, look at my hand. So we just have to just trust God. He can do everything. All right. Hezekiah's later years were not free of error when envoys from Babylon visited him, likely seeking an alliance. Hezekiah proudly showed him all his treasures and armory. Isaiah rebuked this prideful display and prophesied that Babylon would one day carry away all those treasures. And even Hezekiah's descendants, though Hezekiah accepted the prophecy, it marked a movement from his judgment faltered. Despite his missteps, the biblical assessment of Hezekiah remains overwhelming, positive, overwhelmingly positive. He is celebrated as a king who sought God wholeheartedly, brought spiritual revival to Judah, and trusted in God during moments of national crisis. His story illustrates the power of righteousness, leadership, prayer, humility, and perseverance in faith. More boldly, Hezekiah's life serves as a reminder that even faithful leaders experience moments of weakness, of course. Yet God remains faithful in those who earnestly seek Him. That me I tell you now. Now I'm going to read now. Let me tell you. I'm going to go to the Bible now, and I'm going to read Isaiah. No, Kings, Kings. I'm going to read Second Kings, a portion of Second Kings 20 to confirm what the article is saying. I mean, about a special part. We're going to just read this until we find the part to confirm it. I'm going to read from Second Kings 20. I don't know where I'm going to stop yet. In those days, was Hezekiah sick unto death. And the prophet Isaiah, the son of Amoz, came to him and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. All right. Give me a second here. Let me soon continue. Let me just set this and then we come to that. Just give me a second here. No. All right. Let me proceed. Yeah, they might hurt me, no, no, sir. All right. Me kiss. I'll wrap up this. All right. Let me start again. This is about Hezekiah ruling at that. All right. In those days, I'm going to start over. In those days, was Hezekiah sick unto death, and the prophet Isaiah, the son of Amos, came to him and said, Thus saith the Lord, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. Then Hezekiah turned his face to the wall. Then he turned his face to the wall and prayed unto the Lord, saying, Remember now how I have walked before you with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good. And Hezekiah wept sore. Me feel it. Come on, more and cry. All right. And it came to pass, after Isaiah was gone out of the middle court, that the word of the Lord came to him, saying, so you see, Isaiah brought him the news that the Lord said he's going to die. He must set his house in order. Hezekiah he was sick. Isaiah turned to the wall and he cried and he prayed to God. And he said to God, see what he says to God right here now? Let me read what Isaiah said. Isaiah said to the Lord, I beseech thee, O Lord, remember now how I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore. Hey, that hurt me, All right, this is part now. And it came to pass after Isaiah was gone out of the middle court, um, that the word of the Lord came to him, saying, so God visited Isaiah again, gave him another message to bring back to Hezekiah. The first message was he was going to die. Most of his order. Hezekiah cried. He wept sorely, bitterly to God. So God will answer his prayer now. Turn again, and tell Hezekiah, the captain of my people. All right. Turn again and tell Hezekiah, the captain of my people. Thus saith the Lord, the God of David, thy father. I have heard thy prayer. I have seen thy tears. Behold, I will heal thee on the third day thou shalt go up upon the house of the Lord. So you see, me tell you, when you have problem if you pray to God, no, because God hear every prayer. And if you can't pray, tears is a language that God understand. Tears is our language that God understand. So you see, when trouble come, troubled people, problem, sickness or anything, just pray. God hears, God understand. And I can't, if I was the weekend, you can't just cry to God. But you cry to God. Not to people, not to, because when you cry to people, I didn't take it cost you. Yes, me experience that. So, but you cry to God. Tis a language that God understands. Hezekiah turned his face to the wall. Hezekiah cried to the Lord. Hezekiah wept to the Lord. Hezekiah used to walk after with God. And God sent back Isaiah with a message back to Hezekiah. Now listen to it now. Remember read that part there again. Turn again and tell Hezekiah, the captain of my people, thus saith the Lord of David my father, I have heard thy prayer, I have seen thy tears. Behold, I will heal thee on the third day. Thou shalt go up unto the house of the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. And I will add it unto thy days. How much did God added? How much more years did God added on Hezekiah's life? I bet no, tell me. Type in the comment section and tell me how much years did God added onto Hezekiah's life. I'm waiting. I'm just gonna go about 3 minutes to answer. I read it already, I read it in the article, in the research. I'm just reading the Bible to confirm what I've read in the article. So you guys, I want to tell me how much years did God added to Hezekiah's life? Yes, God healed him. It was the same messenger Isaiah he sent to tell him that he was going to die. And it's the same message Isaiah he sent back with the healing message. So I'm going to give you guys a chance just to tell me how much years did God added on to Hezekiah's life. I'm waiting. I'm going to count down. 1 minute. I give it 3 minutes now. 1 minute, gone long time. 1.5. 1 3/4. 2 minutes. Well, we can't bother with that there. Anyway, God added 15 more years unto Hezekiah's life. All right. And the proof is right here. And I will add unto thy days 15 years, and I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria, and I will send this city for my own sake and for my servant David. So you see, just heal him, God do things for him too. I'm going to read it again, because I want to get it good. This is a loving God. Whatever you need, just ask God. He will provide. He will do all things. Just trust him. And, he will, let me read that one more time, what God did for Hezekiah. And I will add unto thy days 15 years. And I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria. Because the king of Assyria didn't do them bad. That's why God 185 of them. God sent an angel one night, 185 of them God struck down. Also God powerful. God no ramp. You may tell us, so as I say, God can be a peaceful God and a merciful God, and he can be a God of wrath too. He can be a God of wrath, and can be very. God can get, when God get vexed, he really get vexed. But if he say God vexed with Jamaica, that's why Melissa come over there, That's why Melissa paid us a visit. Because if he say God vexed to the things that's going on in our country, the amount of children missing, children kidnapping, this, that, peer and fear is going on. If he say God vexed, that's why God send the hurricane Melissa. And you notice People on here want to notice the places where Hurricane Melissa walked. It walk St. Elizabeth, got no bad people down there. Good people down there, no bad people down there, you know. It walk Westmoreland, our wicked place in a world of thieves and criminals down there. It walk a Westmoreland. It walk a Mantico, be killing and alive and everything going on, at them place there, no. And it's like say God handpick where to turn the storm. This time was coming to Clarendon, and it turned up, and it got the place then where people violent and just say so. Yeah, man. I lost a niece in Montego Bay where boy acid her. She was coming from work, and just like when she stepped out of the building, so I just acid her, and she suffered for about a month or maybe month and more, and then she died. Them acid her, the black acid, then pour on her. I be evil going in some part of them place there. Savlamar, Hanover, and them place there. The Hurricane walk, and them place there walk. So me feel say change their ways. They will change their ways. Some lost their lives. Only a pity that innocent people I forget you know I forget catching at it. I pity innocent people get, but too much wickedness going on down there. Oh God. Too much wickedness going on down there. That's why, you know, signs them something I for sure down there sometimes. So, we try to change your ways, man. Change your ways and do good. And live for Jesus and stop. You know, people stop behave like them you know. Anyway, I get too angry now. Let me calm down. Alright. I will defend the city for mine own sake and for my servant David's sake. Alright. And as I said, take a lump of figs, and they took and laid it on the boil, and he recovered. So you see, Isaiah was healed. All right, I'm going to read next Isaiah 38. But go hear what it have to say about Hezekiah right here. I don't know if it's the same thing. Isaiah 30. No, let me read Chronicles first. Chronicles 32. Oh wait, oh God. Let me put my market in on home again. Second Chronicles. Oh, see here. Second Chronicles 32, 24 to 33. So let me see what it says now. Second Chronicles 32, 24. Okay, see it right here. In those days, Hezekiah was sick. Oh, it's the same thing. In those days, Hezekiah was sick to the death. And he prayed unto the Lord and spake unto him, and he gave him a sign. But Isaiah rendered not again according to the benefit done unto him, for his heart was lifted up. Therefore there was wrath upon him and upon Judah and Jerusalem. Notwithstanding, Hezekiah humbled himself for the pride of his heart, both he and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so that the wrath of the Lord came not upon them in the days of Hezekiah. And Hezekiah had exceedingly much riches and honor, and he made himself treasures for silver and for gold and for precious stones and for spices and for seals and for all manner of pleasant jewels. Storehouses also for the increase of corn and wine and oil, and stalls for all manner of beasts and coats for flocks. Okay, so he was a very wealthy man. Moreover, he provided his cities and possession of flocks and herds in abundance, for God had given him substance very much. Wow. Says when you just gotta love God, when people are backlash and I hate you and I do bad, we gotta lift you up in front of them, gotta build you, gotta provide for you, God just increase you, God just enlarge your territory in a them path. So when thank you for liking. So when thank you for liking my life. So when they my behave, so you see, God have better plans. God have most things in store for us. So why me no know? Me have to continue with my Bible because every time I read this, me see where oh God can work. When me see oh God, the miracle where God work to give me the starling. I say, remember say Melissa mash up the place and take away everything, you know. And now me no see one floor one for how long, you know. And God works some miracle upon it. Yes, me worth $30,000 on it. But God provide me only money me have at 30,000. And the same very evening me call the guy and tell me I have 30,000 if he can sell me. Him say yes, but I was worried. Never give me testimony and I was worried. And the same somebody owe me 40 something thousand and somebody give me bring 30,000 flat come put in my hand. Me say, God, who could it be but you? So me call the guy same time tell me I have 60 now. Me can come and the guy come yesterday morning and he give me me get the starling. Who could it be but Almighty God? Nobody can tell me. So me say the enemy them rise up against me around here. And them a chastisement a go on, but me just left them make them talk. Because when God work for me, God really work. I mean, I me about no people. Sorry about that. And yeah, we just want to get comfortable. And when God work on my behalf, He works. So when they might chat, God arise me. When God do them a chat, God provide for me. When you serve God, God, even the poor and have a dollar, but once you serve God, you are rich. You are rich. Because the poor, we will always have among us. You understand? So we're gonna have poor people. But once you serve God, you're rich. And you have a lot of rich people. We have their money. We have money, 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 money. And they're not happy. They have the money because they don't have. So they're not getting money good. But thief and do because they don't get the money good. You understand me? So we have to just trust God and live, man. He is the best. Alright. Let me read this again. Oh God. I don't know why he make the Bible study still till now. Because at the morning time I do it, you know. And this morning me come and me there and almost 2 hours me on here this morning. And me know some people on me end. I say, you know what? Me still do my Bible study today. Me now put it off until another day. Because maybe this evening somebody will get a blessing from this Bible study here. Alright. Read it again for you guys. Moreover, he provided him cities. God provided him cities and possession of flocks and herds in abundance. In abundance. All right. For God had given him substance very much. It's when it was God. God multiplied things. God put Lord. God told me. It's after me get the Starlink yesterday. I said to myself, say, me have Starlink. Me never expect that. Because me now work. Me not expect we have that. And God provide. No, me cannot do me live. Me not, this man is down 2 hours upon it. I don't know nobody no come on and me no feel no because me not feel say well the Wi-Fi I cut out. Me not say that. Because me still me can still 10 hours. Because the style come have the standard one, unlimited. But me what $30,000 right now, and I have to go pay $16,000 a month. 16 because of the unlimited one and them said the better one. So we just choose to take the better one. So I'm good. I'm good now. I can stay on here and we can read for now to next year. Even me stammer. Me take and call me word we do no one. Only we understand. You understand me? Yes.